this really isn't all that far from Grand Island, and that is where you're going to find the Stewart Museum of the Prairie Pioneer.
It's there that you'll find a number of old buildings that are beautifully maintained, including a 1890s farmstead. In this segment, we take a closer look at the Cleary House and Farm at the Stewart.
Well, hi everybody. We are at the Stewart Museum. I love coming here, and we're at what is known as the Cleary Farm. And it's kind of a educational area here on the grounds. Joining me now with more on this is Karen Hurst. And Karen, give us the story about this. This is so visually neat here.
Yes, so the Cleary Farm is kind of an area set off by itself here in the rural part of the museum. It consists of a house, a barn, there's a chicken coop, a summer kitchen, the carriage house, just a good number of buildings like what a historic farm would have had in order to pretty much be self-sufficient. Of course, the folks that lived here, they would have been, trading with neighbors, going to town by the era that it's set in. So they weren't completely on their own, but they would have had a lot of the things they needed right here at home.
You mentioned a summer house.
The summer kitchen is essentially just a small building. It's a small kitchen that has a stove in it, so during the hot summer days, the lady of the house could be cooking outside instead of heating her whole house.
Visually, though, you look at this, it just looks like one of those old farm places you just imagine in your mind, and then you've got the barn here as well. How is this used here at the Stewart Museum?
So this area is primarily used for education classes. It is open to the public a couple of times a year. One of them's during the corn husking contest in the fall, and one's at the Christmas past and present events the first couple weekends in December. But other than that, this is where we hold a lot of our classes. The house, they do everything from learning about kind of the Winter on the Plains is our second grade class. They get to pop popcorns. They talk about the types of Christmas presents that the families would have had during those days. Over at the barn, in the springtime, we do a class called Spring on the Farm for kindergartners. And that one, we actually have some baby animals in the barn. The chicken coop as well, we have little baby chicks. A lot of these kids are from more urban areas now, and they've never gotten to see or hold a baby chick. They've never gotten to see a baby sheep, so they get to do all of those things out here.
Really just visually a nice place to see when you're here at the Stewart Museum of the Prairie Pioneer here in Grand Island. And thank you for being here today.
Yes, thank you for coming out to visit.